Okay, let's begin today with some joint mobilization. So clasp your hands like this, and then we'll start to just move the wrists. We'll start small with a lot of these small joints and all these bones in your wrists and around your hands. So really all you're doing is bending one way and then the other way. So one hand is um, flexing and the other is flexing the other way. Okay. Do that a little bit. And then let's let it get a little bit bigger, but let's kind of start with the hips. So just turn your hips side to side because this exercise is really called unwinding from the center. And this is the center here. So keep your hands clasped. And then when your left hip comes forward, bring your left elbow forward. So really want to initiate the movement with the hips. That's one of the principles of Qigong is to move from your center. But what we usually do is we learn a movement by learning what the arms do or what the legs do, and then add some turning. But then later on, you can like switch that around and start moving from the center. So just breathe deeply. And then let's turn that around. So make your right hip go back, left and right elbow goes back. So you get a little bit of a twist going on from your hips and your waist, as well as what's going on in the shoulders. And we start to circulate the energy a little more generally through the body. Keep on breathing. Breathe in and out. Breathe in through your nose. And if you want to breathe out through your mouth, you can do that. But if you don't need to, then you can just exhale through your nose as well. And then slowly come to a rest and bring your arms out in front of you. And then breathe in. Bring your hands in a little bit closer to you. And then turn your hands inside out like that. And then exhale as you round forward. So it's breathe in and out. Stretch in between your shoulder blades here. Inhale and exhale. Just gently stretch your arms, stretch your upper back. You start gently, then you can work into it gradually and get a little bit more movement going every time you do the exercise. So next time it'll be a little bit easier, but still be gentle. You never want to force. And then with your hands out in front of you like this, we'll just bring the arms over to one side. So this arm is fairly straight. The other one is bending, so you can see like that. And then I'm going to turn my head the other way. Not twisting, just a little bit of an extra stretch through the one side of your upper back and into your shoulder. And then do the same thing on the other side. Turn your head the opposite way of the hands and arms. And then do the same thing once more on each side. Just gently. You don't need to pull really hard. And then change for the last one. And then bring your arms down. Hands still clasped together. And then inhale and stretch your arms up. Palms are now facing up toward the ceiling as you stretch up. And exhale. Now, as you bring your arms down, push your elbows together as you exhale. Breathe in, stretch your arms up. And exhale. Breathe in and out. Now, if your shoulders don't like bringing your arms up that high, then just go up to whatever height you feel comfortable with. Breathe into whatever, and then exhale. Breathe in. You want to round over a little bit. Stretches the upper back. You curl your tailbone under a little, then it'll stretch all the way down your spine into your hips. One more time. And exhale. And relax your arms down. Now let's do the pump. Really get your energy moving. So for that one, it's like this. You just bring your arms up. And then as you swing your arms down and back, you bend your knees and then you can straighten them up. You never want to go locked straight. It's just straightish. And then bend and get a little taller. You inhale on this part and then exhale. Breathe in and out. You want to breathe out through your mouth. Inhale and exhale. Then you can go at a moderate pace or you can pick it up a little bit. As your arms swing back, you're guiding energy into your lower back. And as you bend your knees a little bit and get a little bounciness in your knees, then you're pulling energy up from the bottom of your feet, through your legs, and into your low back. In medical Qigong, this is one of the exercises that is used for lower back. And it's fairly aerobic. 3 more. And then take a moment to let your breath come down. Breathe in and breathe out. And now let's do a little bit of a little work on balance. So with your hands like this, you want to shift your weight over to one side and just lift up one knee. And then squat. And then do the same thing on the other side. And you just breathe. You probably want to breathe in here and breathe out, but just breathe through the exercise. If that doesn't feel quite right for you. Just bring your knee up. And if you can, like shift your hips a little bit forward. That's something that's characteristic of Qigong, Tai Chi. This doesn't feel good, then just lift your knee up a little bit, just like that. Four more. And then pause. Take a moment to feel your body and let your breath calm down a little bit. And then same thing we do a lot, knocking on the door of life. So just twist from the hips and the waist, and then allow your arms to relax and swing around the front, around the back, tapping along the back and along the front. Just allow your hands to tap generally, and then the forearm can increase the area of where you're tapping. So it's generally around the waist area. You can tap a little bit lower, tap more on the sacrum and lower belly, and then, or you can go up a little bit higher just to be general. And come back into the middle around your waist. And then start tapping underneath your collarbone. Start to awaken the energy in your chest, that lung energy. And then on top of your shoulder. Remind your shoulders to relax. And then start to work your way back down. And back down around your waist. And slowly come to a rest. Take a moment to feel your body. Maybe you're starting to feel some more tingly sensation, maybe especially around your torso, your arms, maybe even down in your legs. And then maybe shake out your feet a little bit. And now this next exercise is a little bit of balance involved, and or maybe a lot of balance involved. So you step over to one side and then you touch your toe behind you. So it's really just step and touch, step and touch. So it doesn't have to be way far behind you, but it's more challenging if you do step farther behind you. And you can also, excuse me, touch your toe this way or this way. You have a little bit more of a base this way, but also you might want to try it like that as well. You want to stretch out your toes a little bit, stretch out the front of your foot. Yeah, my right one always is a lot tighter. Okay, so then you just step over to one side, you touch that foot behind you, and then the challenging part is to reach your arms up and maybe open your chest, arch back slightly, and then bring your arms down. And same thing on the other side. So you just step with your toe behind you and inhale and exhale as you bring your arm down. A little challenging. There might be some time when this movement comes into your life. You might be reaching for something. Just do this a few more times. Doesn't have to be too fast. Twice more on each side. And then take a pause and feel your body. If it's okay, you can close your eyes and just focus inside and feel your body adjusting to those movements that we just did. Okay, so now let's do a little bit more on the neck. So bring your hands behind you, palms together, and you can have your hands wherever it's comfortable. This is just to remind you to keep your arms back a little bit. And then just gentle head circles. So you go to the side a little bit and to the front, other side, and not too far back. Just lift up your chin a little bit. You don't want to scrunch your neck too much by forcing your head to go back. Think of it more as, instead of going back, more of a lift. And if your neck is feeling pretty tender, just do smaller ones or slower ones. This is my version of a smaller one. Yeah. And if your neck is okay, then you can give a little bit more range of motion. Kind of clears out just a little bit differently in between the cervical vertebrae there. Usually we just do forward and back. This is a little bit of a different movement. And then make your head go the other way. Do a few circles just like that. Just relax and keep on breathing. And relax your arms down. Now let's do a little bit more stretch. This is from the Tao Yin series. It's a 5-element stretch. So with your feet close together, you can put your legs right together. I think it's a little bit easier with your legs a little bit apart. And I'm slightly bow-legged, so putting my legs together really tightly just does not work. So you can kind of figure out your own body, how it feels. And then you put your hand in this position. So the hands are clasped, the index fingers pointing up. It's for the arrow. So here we go. Inhale, and you reach your arms up over your head. Arch back a little bit if that feels okay. And then put your hands behind your head, behind your neck, and then curl down. Breathe in, reach your arms up. You can arch back a little bit if it feels safe. And then curl over. Feel a great stretch along the front of your body. And then along the back. Keep on breathing. Inhale here. And then exhale. And now this time, inhale, bring your arms up, and then open your arms out to the side. And let's do a forward fold. So just gently, carefully fold over. You can go over part way and hold on, or just hang over. You might want to hold on to some furniture or against a wall or something. But if you can, go ahead and just hang over. Lengthening the back of your legs, lengthening through your low back. Relax your neck. And then slowly stand up. Put your hands on your thighs first. And then clasp your hands together and guide energy up through the inside of the legs, center of the body, and then up over your head. And then this is raising the bubbling springs. So the bubbling springs is the first kidney point on the bottom of your feet. And so reach your arms up and then lift your heels up. Try to balance a little bit, even if your heels are just a little off. And then come back down, reach your arms out to the side. And this time, if you can, press your arms out at about shoulder height. Flex your wrists. So your palms facing out, pressing on an imaginary wall here and there. And then just tilt your head over to the side and just stay there. Breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Press into the heel of your hand. Press into the palm and fingers. If you want, you can exhale through your mouth and just relax your head over to the side. One more breath. And then roll your head over to the other side and just stay there. Arms up this high is pretty challenging. If you need to, lower your arms at any time, and then you can resume the position. 2 more breaths. Relax your neck. Press into your hands. And then slowly release that. And feel your arms, feel your hands, feel your neck. Now let's do that again with a different hand position. So now fingers and thumbs are touching together, and then you point your fingertips up. So now we're stretching the yang side, or the back side of your arm into your back of your wrist. And then just tilt your head over to the side. See if you can relax your shoulders while you're doing this. Feel your arms, feel your neck. Try to relax into the position. One more breath. And then roll over to the other side. Oh. And then let your arms float down and take a moment to check in and feel your body now. Maybe you feel lighter. Maybe you feel more energy sensation through your arms, legs, torso. And now put your hands on your waist, on the sides of your waist, with your thumbs on either side of your spine. And then we'll do some hip circles. So make your hips circle around one direction. And then when your hips go forward, go ahead and press in and do a little massage along the sides of your spine. You can just decide how you want to do that. You can press in one place for a few times to really get in deeper, or you can every time go into a different spot. I like to do little circles when I'm pressing. Helps to do a little pressure point massage on your low back here. And then make your hips go the other way. Keep massaging your back. If your thumbs get tired, or if you have arthritis or something, you can use your knuckles, all of your knuckles. Circle around a couple more times. And then let your arms come down by your side. Shake out your hands a little bit. They did some work there. And now let's put your hand out this way, one hand on your waist, and let's do some arm spirals. So imagine there's a teacup on your hand, and we're going to combine the hip circles with the arm spirals. So keeping your palm facing up, you bring that hand in so your fingers point towards your hips. Hips go to the side. And then hips go to the back. And then hips go to the other side. And then hips go to the front as you bring your arms over the head. So it's a figure 8 or a spiral that you're doing with your arms. And it works really nicely into really a full body movement. We're moving practically every joint. Your feet have to be stable. Your arms have to move. You can do a small spiral if you want to. You don't have to make it come up over your head if that's an issue with your shoulder. But if it's all right, go ahead and get a nice full range of motion through the shoulder. And then let's go to the other side. Same thing, palm faces up. Just put that teacup on your palm. Try and keep your palm up. And then the hips go to the side as you bring your hand pointing towards your hips and then back. And then hips to the side. And then hips front. If this gets confusing, then just do the best you can. Just move your arm in something sort of like a spiral. And usually you can find that if you get the spiral going in your arm, that your rest of your body follows along. So you can get that full body movement happening. This exercise sort of reminds me of like sometimes as you're driving around, you might see in front of some businesses that like a balloon man that has air blowing into him all the time. He's getting a full body workout, and so are we. And then just one more time. And then relax your arms down. And then let's do a little bouncing and shaking. Maybe you want to shake out your feet a little bit, shake out your arms, and then do a little bouncing, do a little shaking. Just open your mouth and sigh out with that heart sound. We're going to start working a little bit more on the heart flow, the heart meridian. It goes from in your armpit down your arm, the heart, and then into the inside of your pinky. Breathe in and breathe out, and slowly come to a stop. And then do a little tapping on your chest. You really want to open up that heart energy. And now just let your arms come down by your sides and just take a moment to check in and feel your body. Feel the energy sensation in your arms, hands, body, legs, feet. And then bring your arms up in this embracing the tree position. Have your weight slightly back into your heels, shoulders relaxed. And then we'll do cloudy hands. So the arm movement is you just have one hand up, one hand down, palm faces in. And then you can imagine you're infusing your heart with the energy of white, fluffy clouds in the sky. And then you change. So this is the arms. They just go up and down, just like this. And then let's add the movement of the body. So you shift your weight, go over to the right, and then turn your body, and then you change the arms. Then you shift your weight a little bit, twist from the hips, maybe a little of the waist, and then change the arms. Palm faces in towards you in this version of this exercise. You know, sometimes there's a little different way of approaching it. And make your intention be that you're infusing your heart center with a lightness, with a feeling of joy. And then once you have the movement down, if you want to, and if it feels good, you can close your eyes and just really get into the movement. And then, second part of class where we do the flow movements, that's when we slow down and accumulate energy. So as you're doing this, maybe go a little bit slower. That's the challenge. We get so used to rushing around, doing everything really fast. But the challenge is to slow down so we can accumulate energy. And we're not only increasing our energy, but we're ramping up the vibrational quality. So you get a higher vibration, raising up all of your energy at the same time. Go slow, go really, really slow. Challenge yourself. Get into the power of slow. And even slower. Maybe you'll notice as you keep going slower that your breathing even slows down. You become more and more peaceful. You can release all the negativity from your heart center underneath all the worry and frustration and fears and all the other negative emotions. Underneath all that is loving kindness and joy and peace. We just need to release all that other negativity and get down to what we really are inside. And then slowly come back to the center, embracing the tree briefly. Just breathe in and breathe out. And let your arms come down. Right, next we'll do the lotus flow. This is another exercise that's for loving kindness, very specifically. So you inhale and you kind of let your knees be bouncy and juicy. So as you inhale, you keep your knees bent, but a little bit straight, a little bit taller. And then you make a diamond with your hands. So it's like this. You gently touch your index fingers and your thumbs like that, and bring that down so you're connecting with heaven, with the universe. And then slowly bring your hands down, connect to earth. And you bring that connection with source energy up to you, the human. And now you can open your heart and send out rays of loving kindness from your heart. And then you have sent out rays. You're going to pull your hands in and make the lotus position with your hands. So your fingers are up by your heart here. This is where you receive. Whatever you give, you will receive. And then do the same thing again. Breathe in. Make the diamond. Connect heaven. Exhale as your hands glide down. Connect earth. Inhale in front of your heart. And exhale. Send out loving kindness. You can imagine that being like multicolor rays of light coming out from your heart and in through your hands. And then you receive loving kindness back to you. Collect heavenly energy, cosmic energy, and earth energy. Combine that into your energy and send out a rainbow of loving kindness, joy, peace into the world. And then let your heart open like a lotus blossom. And now this time, let's pause here and light up your heart center. So it's like the sun, beautiful sunshine, and let it turn into the rainbow colors of uh, loving kindness, and push your hands out and you can send energy out into the world. There's many aspects of love. Love you have for your partner, for your children, family, for an activity, for being out in nature, for so many other things that can bring you joy. Let that joy grow in your heart. And then when you want, you can send the rays of that healing love out into the general population of the world, or you can send it to someone specific. You can imagine that you're smiling at the object that you want to send this healing, loving light. And then back, make the lotus position with your hands. The back of your fingers are together, palms face up. You're right in front. Your fingers are right in front of your heart. And imagine the lotus flower is blossoming. The lotus flower blooms from down in murky waters. So you can take your past experiences, whether they're negative or positive, and then turn them into loving kindness, just the way the lotus plant makes the flower bloom and turns into beauty. And then slowly bring your arms down and then reach your arms around to the front. Back of the hands are coming towards each other, and then turn your palms in and then up, and then open your chest. This is coming home to the heart. So you bend your knees, you can round over a little bit, and then inhale as you bring your arms back and arch, open your chest. Exhale here and inhale as you open. As you bring your arms around, you can exhale and release any negativity that you feel, and then inhale and pull in bright, loving kindness. Let yourself get into the flow of the movement. And let's slow it down a little bit more. Accumulate that bright, loving energy of the heart. As you move more slowly, you'll probably be able to breathe more slowly, more deeply. And just one more time. And then bring your arms down by your sides and bring your legs a little closer together. Let's pull down heaven. So make your palms and hands face towards you as you come down the front of your body. Breathe in and exhale, and imagine healing energy streaming down your front and also down the back of you, around your sides. You're receiving an energy shower all around, positive energy, cleansing, healing light. And now this time, as you bring your hands down, put your hands over your lower abdomen and just center your energy right here. Last week, we made the connection between the head, the mind, and the heart energy and the body. So we always want to end with centering and grounding ourselves in this earth type energy. Take 2 more breaths here. And then relax your arms down by your sides. And let's do a short meditation. Go ahead and sit down. You can lie down for this one. It's maybe a little bit easier to do if you're seated. We're going to have our hands in prayer position in front of the chest for this. You can lie down if you want to. Still possible. So as you're getting situated, Find a place where you feel supported, maybe pillows behind your back or under your knees if you're lying down. And close your eyes and start to focus on your breath. Totally relax. Relax a little more every time you exhale. Often meditation is thought of as mindfulness, but today let's cultivate heartfulness. Let your heart be full of energy. Let your heart be full of life. It's a little different way of moving through the world with an expanded heart. So let's access the energy of joy, connection, compassion, happiness, love, all related to the heart center and the heart energy. So keeping your eyes closed and focusing on your breath. The rose and the color of red are connected are connected to the heart chi, heart energy, to the fire element. The heart has positive and negative emotions. It's the natural way of yin and yang. In Qigong practice, we transform negative, stressful feelings into positive joyfulness, just like nature does. It recycles, transforms, or composts negative energy into the positive. In meditation, we can become more familiar with what helps us be more relaxed, less tense, less serious. Let's go to that heartfelt energy. Bring your hands together in the prayer position in front of your heart center. Close your eyes and imagine a beautiful red rosebud in the center of your chest. And start to breathe into your heart center. Shine the light of your mind into your heart center. Let it be like sunshine shining onto your flower. Take some slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. And now, as you focus on your heart, imagine that the rose starts to open. And as you feel your heart opening, let your fingers start to spread apart, to glide open, like the flower bud slowly opening in the sun. Let the heels of your hands stay together, but your fingertips glide away as your heart center opens, like a flower blooming in the sunlight. Very slowly. Breathe slowly, breathe deeply. Feel yourself blossoming. Feel your heart opening. Let your breathing be like you're inhaling the fragrance of the rose. Inhale that beautiful fragrance, very uplifting, joyful. Breathe slowly with more and more awareness. And now, as your heart opens, place your mind on a few things you are grateful for, something you appreciate, maybe something about your Qigong practice, maybe appreciation for recent events that happened to you. Maybe you can imagine someone you care about smiling to you, and you are smiling back to them. We can always cultivate energy by placing our attention on something we appreciate. This can be challenging because our minds are looking out for the negative and how to avoid the negative and stay safe. Now you can retrain your mind to look for the positive. And then the energy of your heart starts to blossom. When you find yourself in a negative thought spiral, realize that you are in control and you can think of what you're grateful for. Breathe slowly and bring a small smile to your face. A slight smile in the corners of your mouth. And then slowly bring your hands back together in the prayer position. Keeping your eyes closed, to bring your hands down into your lap. Put one hand over the other, palms together, and feel grounded and centered. And then slowly open your eyes and let that energy stay with you. Thank you for joining in the class today.